telling, I can't let that.
It's week 11 of the 2022 season. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaud alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Cowboys in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
Play fake. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Cousins now. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 19 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
From the 31, Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they're getting out. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. They start on the ground with Elliott.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down carry by Elliott.
They'll get this down to the 38.
The numbers for Zeke from last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for 2nd and goal. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think. And he will take it in. for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott
with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Cousins gives way to Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Back to the ground, Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Third and short yardage. Cousins. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Albert Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. They keep on the ground with Elliott.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Ooh, the juke. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A first down throw for Prescott.
And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 3 yards remain for second down.
Inside give to Elliott. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Again, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Rosas to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. Vikings in possession of the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins on 1st down.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start out here with the option left. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Running wide side, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. So what a 1st half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Cousins. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll dump this off to Cook.
He's got the first down and more. And out across midfield down to the 45.
So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Cousins. Complete. Smith has it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
From the 39, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Play fake. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Smith.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they say it's incomplete.
Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they find this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Rosas now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Cousins.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Now, hang on here. Not what you want to see, because Dalvin Cook injured, at least for the moment, and in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
Avoids him at the 40.
A gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 at the Cowboys 40-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's in. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 45 on second down, Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seen the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
1st down, Prescott. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can pull the ball without creating extra contact.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Here's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Roses to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Cousins.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll start with the option.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the Texans who picked up the victory at home. Melvin Gordon, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on what's happening with the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. The Giants just cannot buy a break as they remain winless at 0-10 on the year. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you. run back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Take it in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Prescott on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Prescott going to use his legs.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A give to Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And a short gain here down to the 22. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Prescott.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Rosa's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back. Let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you have to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it with a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now an end around as Cousins has just popped this forward.
Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. Getting the ball is Cook running left.
He'll take this to the 46.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
From the shotgun again to Elliott.
He's got it to the 43 here.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Complete to Julio Jones. A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Dak going to try and run.
And he's going to get 7 out of this. Down at the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
On play action, Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It was Kamoko Toure who diagnosed that defensively.
Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott. A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Cowboys.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They're the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Throwing, Cousins. And he's He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's taken to the 26, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Here's Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get For the fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair. The Cowboys on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Draw play, Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. That one goes for 8 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Defense.
So the flag thrown for the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The kick is good.
Rosas good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 45 on second down, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal in the game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, you're trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
On second down, Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Prescott. Caught on the slant. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Fourth down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it?
We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll start with the option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know we're there, wide open football, spread formations, more space, but still sport football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Inside give to Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 19 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now Elliott. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Dak's going to keep it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Now Prescott. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated. We're watching.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal. Back, now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Rosas to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
First down, here's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cowboys, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.